Part 2 of this video. Hello everybody. I'm Julia Prude-Homie and this is Fully Lit, where we keep it 2323, where we buy the truth, but we do not sell it, nor wisdom, understanding, or instruction. So today's topic is going to be on this video that I stumbled upon. So the last video that you watched, we're going to watch it one more time.
Going on vacation with his dad and his family. When I woke up the next day, I saw that he had texted me at 3:41 in the morning, and it said, "Mother, I love you," which wasn't unusual. And I had this overwhelming feeling that I should drive to his dad's house, but I didn't. I texted Jordan's dad and said, "Is Jordan at home?" And 9 minutes later, he called me, and all he said to me was, "Jordan's gone." He was being contacted by an alleged girl on social media, just reaching out saying, "Hey, we have some of the same friends in common. Where do you go to school?" Just normal kid conversation. It went on for 6 hours. Then it came down to send me a picture of yourself. And once he shared an image with them, that was it. They demanded $1,000 from him, or they were going to send this to all of his friends, followers, family. This is called financial sextortion. When Jordan said, I'm going to unalive myself, they said, "Good, do that now, or we're going to make you do it." And they made him believe that was the only choice he had in those moments.
I want to touch on the information that I provide is to assist in situations like this, because they don't teach what I talk about in school. They don't teach the emotional responses and that we aren't our emotions, but we feel our emotions. We are here to experience them, but they are not to take over. It's a dark place to go to, and this can lead to scenarios such as taking your own life. And because I'm a firm believer in everybody taking accountability for their role, this is going to be a controversial video and I may get a lot of flack for it, but that's okay. So let's dive right into it. The mom, I know you're a victim in this scenario, but why didn't your kid feel like he could come talk to you? Neither you or your husband. Why did your child feel like that? What kind of dynamic was in your home? Is it having to keep up with a family image that he felt like this picture getting released to everybody was going to be the end of everything? Okay, that aside, I'm not saying that you're to blame and we all make mistakes. I hope you go deeper into your story and you look more within yourself to advocate for such a bigger lesson that is within that experience of itself. I highly recommend you check out my playlist that I have for adolescents, as it may help give you a deeper perspective from a child's eyes, because I broke that down from my eyes when I was 13. All to aid, I'm not saying that you're to blame. I 100% support you and am proud of you for advocating and talking about your experience, because that's what's led me to make this video. I just see a bigger picture within that, and watching those videos may help you see through the eyes of your son. So we all become better, and that's the highest form of honor you could give to your son, is by seeing that, so that you could advocate and speak upon it and prevent other families from having to go through that. And you can do that by aiding other women to see, you know what I mean? And like, I fully 110% support you in that. Governments, why don't we talk about this kind of stuff in school? Why have we completely taken out the real life risks and threats that come to play on our emotional weaknesses? Why don't we talk about that in school? Because not everything is all by the book, this, that, and the other thing. Math, science, history, da 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 da. Okay, like, cool. What about real life? What about the emotional aspects of life, about our history, and we feel some type of way because it's emotionally affecting us? Why don't you teach us how to handle our emotions? Why don't you think about these things? Why did you give us the knowledge of everything that's went wrong without knowing how to handle it, or give us the capacity to intake that knowledge responsibly? I just want to know, like, what you were really thinking. I just have thick skin, get thick skin. Fuck your thick skin. There's issues here. You are subconsciously setting us up to destroy ourselves. At least 1% of the population, at least minimum 1%, is not going to be able to handle certain information that they learn, because you haven't given them the emotional skills to handle it, how to process it, how to forgive and take the bigger lesson, the bigger picture out of it. But that's not in health class, especially when we all have that first learning the birds and the bees class when we're 13, 14, 12 maybe. I don't even remember. Like, it was a long time ago. I don't know. I think it was before that. Anywho, so like, why are you teaching us about each other's genitals and not about our emotional control before that? Now let's look from the kids in Africa side, okay? Let's look at their point of view. Okay, so they got no food. They broke as fuck all the way out there. They're like, in the instance where Buddy's like, I'm gonna kill myself, and they told him to do it, look from their eyes. Okay, so you sentenced them to 17.5 years in prison. Okay, you think that stops there? What they did was wrong, okay? But everybody had a role and failed one another in some point in this. So you don't think other people are doing that because it's happened to me, but because I am emotionally capable of handling scenarios like that, I laugh at it. Like, there's nothing no one could throw on my name that I haven't already thrown on myself. Okay, not saying that it's a bad thing that this young boy wasn't there yet, but I'm saying we all could have done something differently to prevent this situation from escalating to what it did. Their sister died last week on the floor in front of them from malnutrition. You're gonna kill yourself? Like, great, cool. If I was in their shoes, like my best friend and my brother and this and da just died, you know what I mean? Like, think about, put yourself in their shoes for a second. Okay, so you take those two people out, they're gone. Is that to show an example to all the rest of the kids? No. So, like, in my personal opinion, I'd be setting up a workshop and a program. Yes, throw them in jail, 100%. That's cool. But you know what? Like, you still need to educate. Like, I hate to say this, and it's going to be controversial, but like, boundaries. If you're going to be scamming, boundaries. Don't, children, find out how old this kid is. Boundaries. Pick on somebody your own size. These people don't understand that. And I'm not trying to say what they're doing is right, but who the fuck am I to tell them what they're doing is wrong when they got no food? What would you be doing if you had no food? You think the world is bad now with the criminal activity? Wait till everybody's hungry, then see the type of world you live in. So I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm very unbiased in this, but I don't feel like justice is those two going to jail for 17.5 years. I feel like it's completely twisted upside down because what about everybody else that's still living that has that threat and has that risk of happening to them? And I'm not trying to support criminals. Establish boundaries with these freaking scammers. I'm sorry, but if they don't know, man, you can't be mad at somebody for what they don't know because they didn't understand what could have the outcome of that. If anything, they could be advocates of how to scam properly with integrity. Okay, I know it kind of sounds backwards and it's a pretty controversial video, but it, like, come on, man, everyone's got to eat. And if we all from here on forward took on this new perspective, it would make a larger impact of it not happening to another child than throwing those two in jail for 17.5 years would ever make. Let me know if you agree. Peace and love.